Hello, friends. Welcome to the UU podcast. Today, we bring you an insightful session featuring the Faculty of Commerce and Management at United University. Our guest for the episode is Professor A.K. Sharan, Dean Commerce and Management, United University, Prayagraj. Join us as we delve into the wealth of knowledge, experiences, and insights into the world of finance, academia, and governance. Stay tuned for an inspiring conversation. So, welcome, sir. Now we start from the first question of our podcast, and I want to know what are the unique selling points, USPs of the Faculty of Commerce and Management at the United University, and why should students choose FOCM for their higher education?
Well, Dr. Singh, United University provides a very unique blend of support coming from its management and the academic leadership vested with the Vice Chancellor. Besides that, we have been able to gather very good faculty from nearby and other areas. Being a new university, we have tried to create all such facilities which are available generally in an upcoming, growing, and established university. As such, we provide a 360-degree growth of the students, which means their emotional growth, their intellectual growth, their physical growth, and growth in terms of sensitivity to the environment and to the society. Now, with this kind of unique blend, together with our teaching, classroom teaching abilities of the faculty and of the experts whom we call often, we provide a platform to the students which is generally not seen seconded by any of the academic institution in Prayagraj in particular. So therefore, it is very heartening to mention that we provide a unique platform and the students will be prospective responsible citizens of the society besides being a corporate members. So therefore, I can see that the students may think of joining our university on a priority.
Okay, sir. Now, the next question is, how does FOCM groom students to be industry ready, and what skills do they develop during their academic journey? What are you doing at this time for the student of FOCM, and how you groom him?
If I get your question right, see, the corporate world does not do any charity. It does not have the luxury to additionally train the students over a longer period. So that kind of a level playing ground we provide at FOCM here. This is reflected by the participation of the corporate representatives in various events, in our placements, and over and above, we are also running a course with the help of IBM. Now, IBM is a professional body, we all are aware, and therefore we provide an environment which is not only academically rich, but which is also adding to their skills and making them ready just to take up the hands-on opportunity with the corporate world. So in the financial area, in the marketing area, in the HR areas, we provide them very unique insights and ready skills which make them very befitting for the corporate world.
Thanks, sir. Our next question related to the new education policy, NEP. Sir, I want to know, FOCM align its curriculum with the new education policy, NEP, while maintaining its own educational standard and vision.
As much I have understood, the very goal of the United University rests on a very pious philosophy of good governance, responsive and value-based administration. Now, with this kind of a philosophy in hand and the other features that we are providing for our curriculum, co-curricular activities and extracurricular activities, we find that the uniqueness is vested in every activity that we take forth with. And that is one reason which also separates us from the very routine educational institutions. We have deliberately not created a very big student base with a view to quenching the appetite of each and every student who is taken care separately. Now come to the new education policy. The new education policy, as we understand, it pronounces that education is fundamental to unfolding the potentials of human beings. The particular policy, which is, I'm so sorry, National Education Policy 2020, this policy also aligns and maps with the SDGs, those are the Sustainable Development Goals. We look to the SDGs and SDG 4 in particular, which itself has 4.1 to 4.6 sub goals. It is very well mapped in the National Education Policy 2020. And all these features we are also enshrining in our educational system at United University. So now United University's agenda is well mapped with the SDGs and accordingly also well mapped with the National Education Policy of 2022. Very recently, we have decided to go in for a longer duration, that is duration intervention. Rather than 3-year graduation courses, we are now trying to come up with 4-year honors graduation courses.
Yes.
Which will make them very ready for immediately getting into either a postgraduate area or if they go abroad. This will be well taken care in terms of a standard accreditation, which also comes from a different body, but accreditation in terms of equivalence and acceptance will be easier for our Indian students of United University if we map successfully the education policy goals into our system, and which we are doing reasonably good.
Thanks, sir. My next question also related to the education policy also, because this is related to academic ecosystem.
Yeah.
So, how do you compare the academic ecosystem of world universities, because you also the visitor of different university in the world, and with that of Indian universities, and where does United University stand in this landscape?
This question is very important and at the same time very sensitive also. In Indian system, we have two sets of universities. As I can see, this is my very individual perception. One are those universities which are age old and they are either the state government universities or the central government universities. Those universities were created with some different philosophy, their mission, their vision, and they followed a pattern. And I don't hesitate in saying that the acceptance of the newer norms of global education, that is faster in the private sector corporate universities as compared to the standard government universities. Now, in particularly in our university and the Faculty of Commerce and Management, as I have seen, that we are trying to pitch in accordance with our outreach to the global system. Now, in the global education system, the changes that have taken place, and which I have said, this Sustainable Development Goal, this is not for India, this is for the entire world. Earlier, we used to call them Millennial Development Goals, MDGs, now they are SDGs. So, the new ecosystem, the academic ecosystem, it requires a global outreach also. And when you want a global outreach, it requires a set uniformity in the patterns. So, we are following certain patterns here. And with this, we are increasing the literacy, we are increasing the numeracy, and with that, we are upskilling and upscaling the intellect of the students. So, in the international system, because we are internationalizing, we are also adopting the best international practices in terms of our curriculum. And one of the examples is that when we create a curriculum, we map it very properly with Bloom's taxonomy. So the core objectives, the course objectives, the lesson objectives and everything, we follow a standard way, and a standard way of preparation has an advantage that when the faculty changes, the system is in place. So with this fixity of our approach, we are very confident that we are fitting well in the larger global ecosystem.
Sir, basically, my next question is also related to your previous question because, as of all, we know the career of students. So, I want to know what are the future prospects of for student graduating from United University FOCM department, and how does the faculty contribute to their career growth?
Uh, One statement I will make, which is not my statement, it has become very popular in the field of management. Any good institution does not create employment, it makes the students employable. What does it mean? That whenever students pass out, they have distinguished set of knowledge and skill. Now, it looks a little boastful when we say we are creating students with distinguished skills and knowledge base, but the fact still remains that for enabling the students to be better acceptable and their future prospects are good, we are following very modern management education system in terms of our readiness to give the students an opportunity for various kinds of labs like behavioral labs, like the education lab, language lab, or a game lab, where the students pick up those skills really required by the corporate counterparts. And in view of this, coupled with or topped up with the latest knowledge of the text and the cases, we are trying to create our students a bit different from what is the run of the mill or the routine university system of churning out graduates. So I'm very hopeful, and plus we are giving them exposures, not only the domestic exposures, we also give them international exposure, like Asian Institute of Technology and other places in East Asia, I would say. We are sending our students there to get an exposure of the international part, and then they get to know, they assimilate that exposure with their local culture, and that is how they are more flexible, more dynamic, more ready to change, and amenable to changes in the system. And this is what I think we are doing, and which is very good for the students.
Sir, yesterday I read a news related to Tesla. Tesla is coming and opening our showroom in Mumbai, BKC, and this is the corporate landscape and changing the world. And many companies coming in India, and also Indian companies going other countries. So, in the evolving corporate landscape, how well do students of FOCM fit into the industry, and what initiatives does the faculty take to ensure their professional success?
This question has two parts.
Yes.
If you go into the history of US textile industry, industries move only for two reasons and they go. One is the profit, of course, yes, in which pockets of the global village we have better profits. That's one. Tax advantages coupled with that. Another thing is either the raw material or the labor is cheap there. In India, particularly, there is no shame in admitting that our labor, with all regards to the high skill intellectual labor and manual physical labor, our labor is fairly cheap as compared to the international standards. So, that is one reason which has attracted in the past many industries, but this is a limited reason. The other bigger reason is that such companies, multinational companies, which come to India, which go other places, they also find that generally the labor is equipped with the kind of skills that they look forward to. Now, what kind of skills they look forward to, we have already anticipated that in our various courses, and accordingly, we are preparing the students. Like, for example, it is a soft skill, and which is business communication. Communication is the first step and the key to any kind of association. So our students are confident in conversing with, they are confident in creating business agenda, they are confident in creating the other documents, and plus they are very fit with other areas like digital marketing. Whether it's a finance company, it's a real sector company, or a service sector company, it is very important that the outcome oriented approach to the product is there. Finance also has to market, market also has to finance. So we also offer dual specialization in the relevant fields, and this is what I expect will make the necessary fields ready for our participants to go to such big companies.
Thanks, sir. And this is my last question and
Sure.
related to your message. And what message would you like to give to students who are considering joining the Faculty of Commerce and Management
Okay.
at United University?
See, I am too small a person to give any messages on behalf of the United University, but very earnestly and humbly, I would mention that any student who is looking forward to a vibrant career and really believes to join an institution which promotes open-mindedness, which promotes enthusiasm, which promotes activities. We provide all these facilities. So students should join our university with an open mind. Their parents, I would say, may visit the university. And my another message for the student is this university is very unique in terms of the management being very kind, or not the kind management being very considerate, that if finance is any real crunch for anybody in getting an education, through reasonable attendance of these issues, our management also tries to resolve that. So it is not only for the elite section of the society, it is also for the middle class and also for the deprived section of the societies, that we are willing to offer them a very good education. And these economic constraints are really not the stumbling blocks, and anybody can come and join our student for research, for higher education, and particularly for commerce and management.
Thanks, sir. As we wrap up this insightful session, we extended our heartfelt gratitude Professor A.K. Sharan for sharing his invaluable knowledge and perspectives with us. His expertise in public finance, fiscal management, and economic reforms has truly enriched our understanding of these crucial subjects. A big thank you to all our viewers for joining us on the UU podcast. We hope you found this discussion informative and engaging. Stay connected with us for more thought provoking conversations with experts from diverse fields. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep learning. Thank you.